What is good, YouTube? My name is Junior and I go by my username is too legit on Instagram, and this is my G35. So as you guys can see, the car itself is not really in the best of shape. I've had this car for over a decade and I've done so many different things to this car, and I'm going to be doing a whole lot more this year. I just kind of wanted to give you guys a little bit of a backstory on the car itself and just let you guys know what I've done to the car personally and what the current state of it is now. And then we'll just kind of go on from there. This is really my first time doing YouTube or even uploading a video at all. And I just wanted to give you guys an introductory to me and this car. And hopefully we can, grow this channel and just kind of showcase my build of what I'm going to be doing this year. So right now the car is currently wide bodied, and as you can see, the fenders in the front and the quarter panels are a lot wider than normal OEM spec. Just to kind of give you guys a little bit of a backstory on the wide body itself. My dad, he does body work, and he's been doing body work and paint for 30 plus years, and he's absolutely amazing at it. He can literally make something out of nothing. And I went to him in 2015 when I finished college, and I had just got a job, and I asked my dad, I was like, hey dad, you do body work and paint, and we've always talked about doing a custom car, together when I was young, and I think this is a perfect opportunity for us to start something. So we agreed, and eventually we started in late summer of 2015, and we went to chopping. We chopped the fenders in the front, chopped the quarter panels in the rear, and we extended them out with the wheels that were already pre-spec'd, and we kind of molded the car itself to those wheels. And eventually we just kind of finished the car, doing it weekend by weekend, and we finished it in February of 2016. And the first show that I took this car to after it was completely done, body work, paint, everything, was Import Alliance Atlanta 2016 Spring Meet. That was the debut of the car, and I was absolutely ecstatic. I couldn't hold my emotions in. I was super happy with the car. It looked amazing, and now it's not amazing anymore. So since 2016, this car has gone through a hell of a lot. I've blown this bumper up numerous times, fixed it numerous times, and the car itself has gone through two major rebuilds. Once when I hit an armadillo, when I was going off the highway, I hit an armadillo and the front end was just completely gone. Headlights were broken, bumper was broken, fenders were broken. The whole front end needed to be rebuilt. And then a second time was in Gatlinburg for Slammed Enough, and I was going into a parking lot, and I didn't see that there was a low portion of the parking lot, and I hit a ditch, and the splitter just jammed in the ground and ripped the side of the driver's side, I believe, at the time. And it just completely destroyed that side. That needed to be rebuilt. For temporary purposes, I was able to fix the bumper and still make it to the show the next day after I blew the bumper up. But right now, this car is currently sitting the way it is because back in 2020, I did get a new job, and it was in downtown Atlanta. I was driving and I hit a pothole, and the pothole ended up ripping my bumper and ended up destroying my fenders. So that is why the car has been sitting for the past 3 years, since 2020. I haven't really had much time to do anything on the car, mainly because I got a new job, I was getting married, and wedding planning and all that stuff. So that's where we are now. And this year I have a whole lot more time, and I want to dedicate this year to my car. I want to bring it back to life. And now that I've shared the history on the car, what has happened since 2016 when I completed the wide body, I'm going to share to you guys what I have planned for this car this year. As you can see, the car is currently on a lift. This is in my garage here at my house. The car itself needs to have a major rebuild on the body itself. I have damage all over the fenders. You can see here, this is cracked. There's a lot of work that needs to be done under here just to kind of reinforce everything and fix. At this time, I'm not going to be reusing the fenders, the custom wide body fenders for now. I did order new Cybon 10mm carbon fiber fenders. They are wider than OEM spec. I'm hoping that it flows with the car. If it doesn't, I'll probably sell it. But it's just going to be a trial and error type thing. But eventually what I have planned is to run 2 different setups for the car. I plan on running this current setup here. I'm going to repair the fenders and the bumpers eventually. And then the second setup will be the Cybon fenders with a non-modded front bumper that's OEM spec. So that's the plan for the body itself. Of course, I am going to respray the car. I don't know if I'm going to keep it blue or if I'm going to do a different color. I'm very satisfied with my blue, so I don't know if I want to change the color. I'm very picky when it comes to the color, but that is the front end portion of the car. So jumping to the back of the car, I am going to fix the quarter panel. There was a major flaw. Well, it wasn't really a flaw, it was a design that I just wanted. I wanted extremely tight fitment, and I got that, but in return I ended up over time just damaging the quarter panels because the wheels, the quarter panel would just sit on the wheels, and it was sitting for like 2 years before I actually moved the car, and eventually it just cracked. So right here it's not the best of shape. I'm just gonna have to round this out and just kind of fix this here, but that is really the only thing that is damaged in the back, on the back side of the car. But that is pretty much the entire plans that I have for the bodywork and paint. Of course, I'm not going to be doing this alone. My dad is going to be lending me a hand. Hopefully he lends me a hand. He taught me a whole lot, and I'm really appreciative of that. In the past, 6 years or so, 7 years, I've learned numerous things about bodywork. I can fix a bumper. I can shape a body, shape the bumpers, shape the fenders. He's taught me so much about bodywork, and I'm very lucky to have my dad help me with this build and just see this car just come about over the past 7 years or so. Now for the biggest change on this car, and this is going to be the first thing that I do to it. Something that has been needing to be done over several years now. I will be rebuilding this motor. The motor is going to be ripped out this weekend, and my dad's going to come over and help me. We're going to drop the motor, and eventually I'm going to slowly rebuild the motor. The motor right now currently has 250,000 miles on it. I dailied it for the longest time. Miles racked up on it. It's a VQ, burns hella oil. And it's leaking from every possible place. As you can see, there's oil on the ground, and the car hasn't even moved in 2 weeks, and I cleaned up the oil when I put the car in the lift. But yeah, so the rebuild, I will be doing it myself once the motor is completely out. I'm going to tear it down, send things to the machine shop. I've done a lot of research on it. I want to say that I'm fairly knowledgeable when it comes to car stuff. I know my way around the VQ, but I've never done something major like this. I've only done stuff to a certain point. So this is going to be a learning process, and I'm going to be documenting everything along the way. I will be purchasing the Z1 rebuild kit, the level 3 rebuild kit, and everything that's going to be thrown back into the motor is going to be forged because I want it to support my supercharger. I purchased a Vortec V3 supercharger, and that is going to be the biggest change to this build moving forward. I got the supercharger for a stupid steal, and I couldn't let it go, so I ended up buying it. But I'm super excited for this supercharger because I'm finally going boost, and I've always wanted to go boost, and I specifically wanted to go supercharge. Been talking to a couple of my friends and one of my buddies who's been helping me through this entire thing. He told me once I'm done with a lot of stuff he's been helping me source, I should be able to hit 600 easily, but my personal goal is at least 500. It is, at the end of the day, still going to be a stancy car, so 600 wheels is not going to be sustainable on a stanced car. So we'll see what we can push, but so I just wanted to kind of show you guys what I've been purchasing over the past couple of months. I've been searching at my Facebook Marketplace, everything, eBay, to just kind of buy things for the car to refresh it. I bought new headlights. I bought the tray for the G35. It removes the OEM navigation system. I hate it. It doesn't work in my car, so I want to remove it. I bought a new bumper. I'm going from a fiberglass to a polyurethane bumper. I bought a new core support. The current core support that I have is trashed. I drilled into it so many times and it doesn't support anything. So this one, I just went ahead and bought a new one because I found it for like 150 bucks. And then I bought new polyurethane side skirts, impulse style. I originally had fiberglass ones. They're right there. That stuff is my wife's stuff for her car, in-gain body kit. And this here is my supercharger. I have the bracket, the blower, and all the piping is right there. The intercooler, I will be upgrading the intercooler to a Mishimoto intercooler, and I'm gonna try to polish all of the piping. But there's my TS diffuser, my grill that I took out. These are stuff that I already owned. And this is my Motordyne exhaust that I already owned. The newest thing is my Z1 headers, which I got for a stupid deal. I got it for like 600 bucks and they retail for like 1,500 or something like that. But I'm super excited for that. That was a major piece that I needed for the supercharger for airflow. That piece right there is a prototype. Don't worry about that. My wheels, took it off and placed the OEM rays to kind of just give me more space to work on. And I've already taken a lot of stuff underneath the car out, such as the exhaust. I do need to go through and prep it a little bit more before Saturday. And been buying little random tools. Took that from my dad's house, so that way we can pull the motor out, drop it on here, put it on there, and then slowly work on the motor. I'm super excited to finally bring my car back to life and share it with you guys and see where this kind of goes. Yeah, I mean, this is a car that has been with me for the past 10 years and it's sentimental to me. It's something that my dad and I worked on together. It's something that brought me to meet new friends, meet my wife. Yeah, it's a build that I will keep with me forever until I die. Pass it on to whoever, my kids, if I have any kids, my little cousins, if I don't have any kids. But I'm really excited, guys, and I hope you guys watch my content, enjoy my content, and give me some pointers on what to do. Feedback, comment, like, subscribe, whatever. But yeah, so we'll see you guys later.